Just take any role you can get. Always talking about they ain't gonna pay me. Don't worry about if they gonna pay you or not. You get on the set.
Hey guys, welcome back to How to Make Your First Feature Film. In this series, I'm chronicling everything that you need to know to make your first movie with little to no money. If you're new to this series, make sure you go back and check out some of the earlier episodes, which cover everything from writing your screenplay to some of the basics of the art department. In the past, I've talked about acting, but from a director's point of view. But what if you're more interested in acting and less interested in directing your first feature film? What if you want some advice on how to get started on acting in indie films? Well, if that's you, this episode's for you. Rather than me sit here and talk like I normally do in these episodes, I've talked to 3 of the actors from In the Hands of Fate who are excited to share some of their experiences being part of the movie, as well as give some advice to aspiring actors who want to begin working in indie film. Please welcome Scionti, Heather Bayles, and Tony Wynn.
My name is Scionti, and I'm playing the part of Rocco Scarletti. I hate to say this, but being Sicilian and growing up with people in your family that were black sheep of the family, so to speak, that went the way of the mob, basically it was very simple for me to do the part of Rocco, because basically it was taken after one of my uncles, actually my mother's youngest brother, who's a pretty tough guy, and so I kind of basically did his physicality, his voice, changing my voice, and basically I got the inspiration from my uncle, to be honest with you. But it like I said, it wasn't that much for me to do my homework on it, because there are some scripts that you read that fit like a glove, and I understood exactly. So it was very easy for me to transform into Rocco with the script, because let's face it, an actor is only as good as the dialogue, and when you're dealing with, and even if you have a smidgen of talent, when you're dealing with the kind of dialogue that you're dealing with in The Hands of Fate, it made my job a lot easier, actually.
I'm Heather Bayles, and I am playing Amber. I've been doing some short films in the area. I've been doing theater since I was 5. So, yeah, kind of just being the opposite of myself. So, not really much of a process, just finding a character and different people in my life that I can kind of draw from to be like.
My name is Tony Wynn. My character name is Tyrell. I mean, I used to hustle back years ago, so it wasn't that hard. Nah, I just, it's a character I had to play. Whatever character they gave me, I had to study it and play it to the fullest I could get it. And with the help of the director and the directions, to make it work. My first movie was Tom Selleck movie, Innocent Man. They filmed that in Cincinnati at the old workhouse, and then 6 months later they filmed Sylvester Stallone movie Tango and Cash, and that was the last action movie of the 80s, and that just inspired me to pursue my dreams and just keep it going. Of course it's gonna be hard times, that's part of the game, and I've been getting so many parts in these independent movies. Sometimes when you ask God to bless you with something, and if it come true, you gotta be prepared to accept that. And this wouldn't be happening for me if I didn't have a pure heart. I can't fake it with God and say that I'm gonna do good things just so he can make things work for me. He gotta know your heart is true for him to bless you with things. And he's been blessing me with so much stuff. I've been forgetting so much. I've been forgetting some of the auditions I've been getting callbacks for.
Working with Adam, Turner, and Keith Miagra was absolutely wonderful when you're dealing with actors that are not only good people off set, but wonderful actors on set as well. So that was probably the funnest part for me, is the nice environment that Sam provided for the film.
It's been rewarding to see everybody kind of come together and figure it all out.
Pray, study your craft. Look on the internet, they got so much technology now that they didn't have back in the day, and you gotta use your potentials. You gotta use it. Just talk to people and always listen. Just take any role you can get. Always talking about they ain't gonna pay me. Don't worry about if they're gonna pay you or not. You get on the set, and then you make it happen from there. You gotta meet connections. It's like a school project. It's like a school project. You just gotta, like being on the set, you meet connections and you make things work for you. that's what it is. That's how I got part in this movie. Just studying it. I had to audition against other people. I'm sure I'm the only one auditioning for this character, Tyrell. And I guess anybody that's aspiring to do it, just study it and pursue it and pray. That's all you can do.
For me, was I'm not really comfortable with holding a gun in my hand. I think there was a scene where I pull out a gun on and that ended up coming out better than I expected.
I would say space. It's pretty tight set, but it's not really too much of a challenge. And then the snow, because it's summertime, so that's interesting.
Getting my words correct, saying it correctly, and then getting the direction of the director to tell me how he want me to say it, how he want my body language to react to certain scenes I'm in. That's really been helpful.
You know, working with Keith, man, was just outstanding. And like I said, when you're dealing with actors that know what they're doing, you know, it's like a family atmosphere when I did that, and that's what I loved about it. So
that's it. Work with a bunch of fun people and have all these different scenes, and it's like you're trying to get to the major leagues, but you got to go to the minor leagues, and that's how I feel doing these movies like this. And I hope this movie be a big success and everything. It's been challenging for me and everything, and I thank God for blessing me and making this dream come true.
So there you have it. I hope that Steve, Heather, and Tony were able to share something new with you to help you along in your journey of getting started in acting in independent films. But anyway, guys, that's all I have for you here today. Remember, if you like this content and you want to see even more videos on indie filmmaking, go ahead and let me know by dropping a like, subscribing, and smashing that bell for notifications so you don't miss another video here on the Franz Productions channel. And if you're an indie filmmaker or an actor and you have some advice for people that want to get involved in indie film, go ahead and let us know down in the comments. Anyway, guys, until next time, as always, that's a wrap.